My name is Don Smith. Over 40 years and 100,000 hours, I've developed a process called I Am Energy. That it's an actual instantaneous transformation. And so I've worked with well over 8,000 people in those 40 years. And I've perfected and mastered a process that creates transformation in an instant. It's an instant transformation. And people say, well, how'd you do that? Well, what people don't know is they've done it on themselves, only in a constricted way, many of them. And so like approximately 85% of the people that I have questioned on this had a phobia of something. And everybody's familiar with the phobia of snakes and heights and ladders and spiders and cockroaches and whatever. But when you start talking about thinking of like rejection, abandonment, failure, criticism, judgment, now that goes from 50% of the population to 85% of the population have those phobias. And what's a phobia? A phobia is an intense internal response to a specific external stimuli. So as soon as they see it, think it, or even look at it in a book or in a TV or whatever, they almost go like catatonic. It's like this phobic, intense response inside. And there's a way to reverse that process. And people think, yeah, but it created it over a whole lifetime. I said, no, you didn't create it over a whole lifetime. You repeated it over a whole lifetime. But it happened in a second. Now think about this. If it can happen in a second, and you know how it happened in a second, doesn't it make sense that it can be reversed in a second? And not only can I do it, and that's how people heal themselves. They stand in that power of reversing their phobia and come back to the light of who they are, and symptoms leave. Many times instantly and many times naturally. What do these have in common? A billionaire making $615 million after a 6-minute phone call with me. A lady with 9 symptoms, 4 physical, 5 emotional, that were gone in 50 minutes, that she had for 38 years, and that was 12 years ago, and they never come back. A guy with 16 months of prostate cancer, 32 radiation treatments with burnt stomach wall and intestines from the radiation, and in 15 minutes it was gone. What do they all have in common? Like, but the most telling one is this. I don't deal with symptoms. Never. Never. I don't care what they are. What happens is, as you align the system, the symptoms leave. Here's a case in point. A 41-year-old lady that spent more time in the last 10 years in the hospital than out, had somewhere between 50 and 60 diseases, many of them the medical profession never even heard of before. And she comes to see me, and 2.5 hours later, on video, she says, Don, it's gone. I said, oh, well, what's gone? She said, well, when I come in here, I had a bulge in my stomach, 3 inches wide, long, 2 inches wide, and 1.5 inches thick. I said, it's gone. I didn't even know she had it. How would I do that without even knowing it? Well, first of all, I didn't do it. She did it. Second of all, when I balanced her system, the symptom left. And it left that quickly. Like, that's how powerful you are. I don't do it. I guide you through a process that you do it by standing in your power. And when you're in the power and the knowing of who you are in your light, symptoms that were stuck to the beliefs of negative beliefs and positive beliefs are gone. Sometimes, like I just said, instantly. And it doesn't matter if it's the billionaire, person with cancer, the person with all these symptoms, or whatever. It's performance, it's whatever. That's how it's done.